Thanks everybody for attending. Welcome today. We are here talking about vision. This is the life skill that we're working on. And as it says on the screen here, your vision determines where you go in life. So we're going to take something out of our book, The Life Skills of Leaders. And I will just mostly be talking to you today. So really a lot of the material that we talk about in class comes from our book, The Life Skills of Leaders. We've been working on this material for, it's been about 15 to 20 years that our instructors have been training and continuing to refine the material that we use in our program that we train everybody in. And it's not just our leadership program, it's our basic program. We work on what the simple skills about vision. Really in our basic program, if that's the class that you're taking right now, vision would be the idea of getting fundamentals down and getting ready to take the next step to be a black belt. And not just because being a black belt's important, but it's a great achievement, but just like getting a college degree. Getting a college degree is nice, but if you don't do anything with your college degree, or your college degree is at a school, there are some of them out there that when you get a college degree, it doesn't really educate you or prepare you for something that's going to happen in the future. So in the basic program, it's to get the idea of in the fundamentals so that you can become you can prepare to be part of the leadership training or black belt training program like in Master Club so that you can start becoming a black belt. In Master Club, it's to do the fundamentals of just the material that requires you to become a black belt. So in Master Club, you can get up to third degree black belt and have the vision of getting there and the vision of becoming a student. In leadership, it's more than that. It's for you to be an example for other people. So that's sometimes people get confused about when we talk about the life skills of leaders in our book, that the material in here is just for our leadership students. It's not. It's for everybody. It's just at a different degree and different levels. So level one would be a personal vision in our basic training. Level two is goals, having a goals, which is in our Master Club training. The level of vision where you can, in Master Club, you got to start looking forward because first, second, third degree is 3 years, 5 years, and then another 3 years to get to third degree, which is going to be 8 years. And then in leadership, it would be level three. And it says right here in the beginning of the book, there's a pyramid that kind of goes along with this. Having a vision to make the world a better place. So for example, when we talk about bullying prevention, our black belts, we know that becoming a black belt is going to help students be safe from bullying. We know that based on our research that we've done with Arizona State University, that becoming a black belt helps kids be safe from bullying, not because they're going to fight back or not because they're going to beat up other kids or not because they're going to be intimidating, but we believe it's because they develop enough confidence so that other kids wouldn't pick on them. So I'm not worried about our kids that are black belts getting bullied. What I want to do with our black belts is develop our black belts so that they help other kids. If you're in our bullying prevention program, you know that means be a G. If you haven't heard of that yet, then that's a code word you're going to learn. So level three, our third level of vision, is to have a community vision so that you have an idea of making the world a better place. So some leaders have been historically made the world a worse place. So they might have, you can think of examples of dictators of countries or people that have done bad things but still had a lot of followers. That's not what we're talking about. In the end, those kind of things always fail. They never really truly last a long time. So to be a leader for a long time, you do need to be paying attention to making things better around you. And in the bullying prevention example, if you're going to be successful long term, you have to pay attention to the people around you because people around you help you be more successful. And then the last one, the highest level of leadership for us is even beyond what we do in our leadership training, but it's in our instructor program so that our instructors go and teach other people. That's what I do. That's what our instructors in the school, Master Sanborn, for the school in Michigan, Mr. Fleas and the instructors there. for all the instructors that we've had all over the years, Senior Master Thomas, that we're all really proud of what they do, because then they are able to help other students. So that's the different levels of vision. First, a personal vision. The second level would be to have a vision of just the goals that are in front of you. The third would be how those things relate to making a big difference, or a difference in the world or the environment that you're in. And the fourth is how you then help other people have that kind of vision back. So that's really, when you see in the book, this pyramid, those are the different levels of vision that you'd be thinking about. How all these relate to the other life skills that we work with, self-esteem, honesty, respect, discipline, and communication, is something that we'll work on a little bit later. So first, let's talk about personal goals. And what some people can talk, you hear in business and in corporate training, and for those of you who are younger that are going to be listening to this, that may seem a little bit, for parents that are listening for their kids, that may seem a little bit far-fetched, but to have a vision statement. Now, a vision statement is different from what some people think about of goals or a mission statement, but it's an idea of what I'm going to look like, or really vision meaning see, I'm going to look like when I get somewhere. So for us, for the example today, I'd like everybody to think about, when you get to black belt, what's it going to look like? It shouldn't just be that I know some material and I can know some kicks and punches, and I know forms, or I have a uniform that has a black belt on it and that looks cool. That really isn't it. That really isn't what we're trying to accomplish. What we're trying to accomplish is that when we get to black belt, that there's other things that we've been able to develop. And we say this on day one, in fact. If anybody remembers, when they had their first lesson with us, they went through a visualization, and we visualized what it meant to be a black belt, and that we were stronger, or we were better at things. And right now, you should be thinking about your vision of where you want to be as a black belt. And that might be, for some of you, 3 years from now, if you just got started, or 5 years from now, if you're in our Tiny Tigers program. Or it might be just 4 months from now, or 3 months from now, or you may be getting ready to test at our next graduation or black belt boot camp. So if that's the case, then what are you going to look like on that day? What kind of black belt are you going to be? And it's different for everybody. For me, it was going to be being an instructor, and eventually being in the position I am now, where I'm going to be able to hopefully talk to you guys about these kind of things. But it's going to be different for everybody. For Senior Master Thomas, it'll be different. For Eternal Grandmaster H.U. Lee, who started martial arts that I learned, it was going to be different. So everybody has a different vision of what they're going to be like. And don't think about it as just 2 years from now, I'm going to be a black belt, or whatever amount of time it's going to be. Not just that, but what else are you going to be in your life? So the way to do this is get a sheet of paper and start writing down some of the things and how it's going to be. That's how you start. And then think about how it's going to feel when you're in that position. If it doesn't really feel exciting, or it's not that good, then it wasn't the right vision for you. So that's a vision statement. And so people can, not be not be confused about it. What I like to always do as well, and this is in our first part of developing a vision, and we should really be doing this even if you're in our basic program, if you're a white belt or orange belt or yellow belt, is share that vision with other people. So parents, you should be talking to your kids about it, but really, for parents of kids, anybody under 18, this is really your job. It's your job to figure out what the vision is you have for your kids by the time they get 18. What kind of things should they be learning, and what kind of things should they be accomplishing by the time they get that age? It'd be great if kids could all figure that out when they're 4 or 5 or 6. And I have some parents say to me, well, yeah, but I don't want to force my kid, or I don't want my kid to feel like they're being pushed. The reality of things is for any of us, we all need pushing. We all need to be motivated to do stuff. I have mentors in my life, and I tell them what I do. And a lot of times they'll tell me, that isn't quite enough, is it? And I have to have a constant push. It's just different level of people pushing me. Parents, we have to accept that responsibility with our kids and decide how far we want our kids to go. It's a reality, and we know, based on child psychology and all the work that we've done, The parents that do set goals for their kids and have an idea and a vision of where they want their kids to be at 6 years old, at 10 years old, in high school, and later will have much more successful kids. And what will end up happening is their kids will be happier adults. There's very few cases where the kids end up being in their 20s or 30s and are not happy with their parents uh, that their parents had high expectations for them. So that's the idea right now from a vision, and that's what we'll talk about today, and we can share some later at another time. Just level 1 and 2. Where are you going to be whenever your time for black belt is, or if black belt's pretty soon, if it's in a couple months, second degree black belt, which is going to be 2 years later, or third degree black belt, which is going to be another 3 years after that. Where are you going to be at each of those places? This isn't a goal setting workshop, just kind of an idea of where you're going to be. And then for the parents, make sure you write that down. Your kids can have some input, but it's really your job to have the input there. Sorry, kids, it's not, you don't get to really pick. It's really up to us to pick for you guys. And then share that with other people. It's okay as parents to share that with your friends. They don't have to have they don't get a vote on what your goals are for your kids. It's just your idea of what you want to have right or wrong for your kids. All right, so that's level 1 and 2 of vision today. That's what we'll talk about. Those are things to think about over the next couple weeks. We're going to continue to talk about vision and how this relates to goals and how we work on goals over the next few weeks as we do more of these podcasts for you guys. Okay, when you finish this, all you have to do is go on the line to the on-demand system, show that you watched a video. That'll give you 10 points. So click on the top box where it says you watched a video live. This will count even though it's going to be recorded for you. And you're going to get 10 points. And you also can click the next one that says get a gold star, because this is like homework for you. So you get to do those 2 things and you'll get 15 points, plus you'll get a gold star if you click those 2 boxes and watch the video from today. And I look forward to seeing you guys in class and seeing you at the next master training seminar. We've been really excited about our online training. We're going to keep providing the online training for you even after the coronavirus crisis is over. And we look forward to all this extra work that we're able to give you, or not extra work we're able to give you, but extra support we're able to give you during this time. So hopefully everybody has a great time this weekend and a great time over the next week, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.